I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time. It's literally this video about Flagrant when they were dissing Fresh and Fit. Honestly, I watched it and it's trying to be as biased as I possibly can because obviously I like Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit is, they give out, though I don't believe it, I don't go with a lot of what they say, like, because some of their stuff, I'm not gonna lie, it's not for me. But the way like they were going at them in the interview, it was not like an interview. It was literally like an interrogation. Like, I want you guys to believe what I believe type of thing. It wasn't like we can come together, talk about issues, and then see what's going to come out of the discussion. If there's going to be any sides that changed, they were both 10 toes in their ways. They were not changing for no one. It was just an interrogation. It wasn't even like an interview. And they think like they won the interview. Honestly, in my opinion, they did. Like, Fresh and Fit held their ground on everything. Like, every single thing they threw at him, I didn't see him stumble one time in the interview. But there was a lot of ad libs in the back. There was one guy, I forget his name, but there's one guy in the background just literally just ad libbing every 5 seconds. Like, shit was annoying. But let's get into the first video, and then we'll talk. We'll come back.
Fuck, how agree with that situation when y'all had Fresh and Fit on there?
I didn't want to put the pod out.
Oh, you didn't want to put it out?
I told him, I was like, I don't want to put it out. You guys are gonna look bad. My beef isn't with podcasters. My beef is with like, institutions. Like I like talking shit about politicians. I like talking shit about like institutions. I like talking about big grandiose things that like the only way that you can combat it is with ideology. I'm not really beefing with other podcasts, so I said, yo, you guys are not gonna look good on this. I don't think we should put it out.
Yeah, because
they were like, put it out.
At least you gave him the option, though.
I don't feel like they came off that different on your episode than they do on their show every night.
Maybe,
right?
and maybe that's why.
No, but it's a different crowd, though.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and it's only different when somebody's kind of making you feel a little, like when he's making you stutter your words. I was like, oh shit. When he was putting out facts, I was like, damn, they kind of look a little dumb right now.
I didn't see any particular time where they stuttered or like they fumbled over their words. If anything, Myron was concise. Fresh, yeah, I know Fresh stutter, so there's that. But I don't think anytime they said something, they responded. Though they might have not liked the response they gave. There was no stuttering. There was no like going back on what they said. They said what they said, and they're not changing their ways. So I don't know what they're talking about in this scene, honestly.
The thing is, like, maybe they hadn't experienced the same type of pushback. And it's like, you also go on a podcast with like dudes that are married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like we're all married. Like everybody on the podcast everybody's either married or got a girl. Like, so it's like we are a lot of times the opposite ideologically than those guys are. So we can speak about it from like a pretty good perspective. We're like, no, you can have a good relationship where your girl's not trying to like take advantage of you.
Right.
And I just didn't. I basically told them, I was like, I think you guys are operating out of fear a little bit too much. Like, don't be afraid of every woman. Like, there are women who want to be with you and support you and love you.
There's two very different stages in a guy.
I really don't like the way they're portraying them. They're portraying them as like scared little boys who are afraid of women and commitment. They're not that. They're just saying there are risks in everything. You would think that people would be okay with the fact that people are pointing out the risks, and one of the most important like decisions you'll make in your life. The person that you have children with, the person that you plan on spending the rest of your life with. This is a massive decision. You should go into that a little hesitant because you don't let anyone into your kingdom. That's just how it is. And they're trying to see it. They're trying to seem as if they're scared. It's ridiculous.
As life, and once you make it out of one stage, it can be kind of hard to remember the other stage where like you're young or obviously some older guys get into this too, where it's like all your mental energy is going to like, how can I finesse as much pussy as possible? How can I meet as many girls as possible? Then you get in a relationship and that part of your brain just turns off. And that's why when a girl breaks up with you, it can make you feel so fucked up and lost because all of a sudden the part of your brain that's figuring out how to get pussy has to like regenerate and regrow. And it feels so foreign once you've been in a relationship for a while.
Not me. Snap right back.
Yeah, well, you never stop cheating.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
That was an apology trip to Europe.
No, yeah, that shit was crazy. When I seen that pot, I was like, damn, this is kind of a little awkward.
You gotta go back to Italy now.
It's weird that people I don't understand this. They're trying to tell people how they need to go through their life. like the processes, like the stages they need to go through their life. They're trying to live their life. They're giving out just advice, like just plain old advice. They're giving out data and statistics to back their advice up. That is all they're doing. That's all they did do on the entire, like, the podcast they were on. So this, like, they're trying to act like they're not in the stage of life to be giving out advice to other people, which I could easily say that about him with like his situation and his girl, but that's beside the point. Let's move on to the next clip.
Yeah, because you looked hella uncomfortable in it.
Yeah,
At some point, you were like,
I just saw where it was going, and I was like, these guys are gonna get ripped apart for this, and like, that wasn't really why I had them there. To be honest, I wanted them there because I wanted them to see like a few dudes that have successful relationships and are pretty happy.
We know why you wanted them there is because you're going for your manosphere clout. You want to get the manosphere audience, right? You're like, fuck this. Kevin Samuels getting all these people.
Andrew Tate.
My issue was this: is the only reason it was awkward is because they were trying to change their, like, the way they think. They said this is how they think and no one's going to change them. And these dudes kept trying to change them. Some of them are getting mad. Some of them are making jokes like they were funny guys or something in the background. It was honestly a really bad type of interview. But they're dating coaches. So they're coaching guys. They're hearing guys' problems. And it's only further backing up what they're going through. And they aren't just talking about like the everyday Joe Schmo. They're talking about even some of the they have like wealthy clients that come on and are struggling the same way that normal guys are struggling. And the last point is you can't take advice from someone who is married about the current dating marketplace. That doesn't even make sense. You're already out the game. When I was out the game, I thought the same thing. I said, oh, okay. Like there's nothing I can tell anyone about anything. I'm not dating no one. So how can I give advice to people who are dating them? They would have to give me advice. Like if I was to get out of it and come like get back to the streets, what advice could I get from them type of thing? I just find it weird how they're trying to portray them in like a light, like they don't know what they're talking about.
They know what to do. So
So you teach them to trick girls into giving them pussy?
A girl that's capable and knows what she's doing.
That's unfair.
Meets a guy that doesn't.
Like you already know this guy just has something out for them. He doesn't like them. He thinks their ideals are wrong and he's almighty and right. That's the entire vibe this dude was giving off the entire show. It was quite annoying, honestly, if you give me a buck. He's calling people corny and lame and all this, yada, yada, yada. And this dude, you'd think he's some world-class, like, ladies man or something, the way he's trying to, like, degrade people and their ideals on how their experiences and the men around them that their coaching experiences are. And this is the guy that's doing it. It's bizarre.
If I want to bring girls on, why not?
Because I would never date this person. I don't like people like
My
that.
dating preference and coming on the show, what does that have to do with
You don't
anything?
think it's a little foul to exploit those people that you would never, ever actually have interest
If they
in?
want to come on the show.
Yeah, they a lot of the time
Your opinion
they ask
of
or
us
they want to
exploiting
come on.
them is your opinion. They have fun on the show, cool.
This shit's weird because honestly, the same thing could be said about them. If they didn't like the way their views on the world was, they should just never invite them on the show. They're technically exploiting them. They're exploiting each other beneficially both ways. That's why I don't understand. He doesn't understand, like, that's what the women are doing as well. They're getting coverage. A lot of them come back onto the show because they're getting more follows, getting more likes, getting more OF follows, getting money coming in. That's why they're coming back on. And some of them are just freaking opinionated. Apparently you can't, this is my issue. You can't be a man who's getting something out of a woman. Because when you do that, apparently she doesn't have the mental fortitude to make her own decisions on if something is for her or not for her. Which is wild, I think, honestly. Like it's like you tell women that they're adults and they can make their own decisions, and then whenever they look stupid or do something stupid, now she's a woman. Why are you treating her like this? Come on, give her a chance, please. It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
All right, can I bring up stats then for you guys to discuss? Because you are talking about modern dating and dating apps. So Hinge, the dating app, millions of folks. It's not like Raya where you have to be a member. It's every type of guy and girl. They revealed statistics. The top 1% of guys are swiped 16% of the time. That means that girls are going after that. The bottom 50% of guys are getting 4% of likes.
Damn.
So what is the answer to get the normal guy, everyday guy back in the room where, you can build up confidence in a nice way and they can be in a bar and go the traditional route when most people are meeting this way, or they're in college where you have time to meet someone. So these are the stats.
What's the inverse statistics with bad bitches and...
What's up?
Yeah, guys swipe on everyone.
It's actually the women.
Yeah, they swipe on everyone.
No, the
they're
top
trying
1% of women, it's 11%. So in all the categories, it's men give women more of a chance, and they're going after that. But
we're
these
looking
girls,
after different things. We're looking for a guy's not swiping necessarily like. There's plenty of girls you'll swipe on. You, Dove, looking for a wife and being like, I wouldn't marry, but I fuck her.
So take away the number split between girls and guys, but go to how do people
Dove's
deal with
frustration?
If I'm being truthful, I don't know. Maybe I'm around a lot of guys for from the work that I do. This is the reality of it all is. Most guys who get into relationships, it's like the first person they sleep with, they get into a relationship with. Like, I don't know why people think people are slaying out here. I'm around, because I'm in the military. I'm around a lot of like younger guys who are oh shoot, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure they're letting out Andrew Tate right now. I'm gonna leave this little snippet in because I'm literally watching Andrew Tate like getting released right now, or live that he's getting released from Romania right now. But yeah, that's crazy. But as I was saying before, most guys aren't playboys. Most guys just want a relationship. Most guys, the first person they generally sleep with, they try to get into some form of relationship with them. The issue is that most of them can't get the relationship because they start to do things that repulse women. So that's where the gap between male and female is. For a majority of reasons why men and women aren't together, like in relationships, that's literally where it's at. Because a lot of guys don't understand certain things women don't like when men do around them. Like, but that's the biggest thing. But let's carry on with the rest of it.
Dove has slept with the hottest women on the planet. Now, you might not look at him and be like, "Oh God, this is the guy." This is the guy. Literally,
I don't judge by looks.
Unbelievable. Yeah. He gets fucked by dating apps because, you know what I mean? His advantage is charisma.
Yeah,
he's amazing at just talking.
That is also another big problem. A lot of guys don't know how to take photos. They don't know how to present themselves properly online. A lot of them stay in the chats. They text for too long. They don't try to because once you match on most dating apps, you typically should be trying to make plans. You should be trying to do something. It shouldn't be like, you shouldn't use it as to spark the conversation. You should be doing that when you're in real life. Like that first interaction is generally where you want to see them talk about themselves. That's what you want to see. But a lot of guys can't even get to that point. That's why a lot of this is the dating market is the way it is, because a lot of women are only dealing with a certain type of men because certain type of men know how to talk to women. That is the issue, but they don't understand this part of it.
And I'll back them up.
That's a problem.
Since dating apps came out,
Yeah.
Going out where a guy like me, find the same guy now, there were girls that were excited to meet groups of guys. You could go and chat, you could do it. That has gone down tremendously. And the girls, when they say, "Oh, I'm just here with my friend to have a girls' night," they're actually there for a girls' night now. It has changed. So.
And Dove has been nodding with us the entire time. We got one single guy in the room that agrees with
He's
us. And not only that, on Tinder, the women find 90% of the guys is unattractive on Tinder. So it's like, it's definitely skewed, is what we're trying to say. And listen, it is what it is.
My issue with this is that they're talking to someone who is in the game. He's obviously, they're calling basically a playboy. He deals with attractive women that most men don't even have the chance to deal with. So you think you would take the fact that he's aligning his views on women with Fresh and Fit, you think that would hold a little more weight, but that doesn't even hold weight. They just have their own views because I hate to say red pill or blue pill, but they're blue pilled. Like the ideal is that women, they're sugar and spice and everything nice, and that you shouldn't be weary or plan the fact that something wrong can happen maybe down the line. Like with every other decision in your life, you can't do that. when it comes to women.
I don't want it to come across like what you're saying is 100% wrong.
I don't think that either. I don't think that.
I think literally we're just trying to move the needle in one direction.
I think we both think there's room for evolution in your philosophy.
Exactly. So it's like, I think that we're just over here going like, yo, there's a lot of dope women out here. I've dated a lot of dope women that like I just didn't really get along with, but they were dope. They weren't like gold digger predator chicks, and I know both of y'all have too.
Again, they're giving advice even though they're not even in the dating market right now, to people that are in the dating market, which doesn't make sense. And they're not dumbasses. They know what they're talking about. Even the one person that would be a playboy on their panel is agreeing with them on some of the points that they're bringing up. That's why I don't understand. Like this whole like, and they're trying to evolve their way of thinking about women in relationships. I'm like, you guys aren't the one to be doing that. You're in a marriage. You're not dating these women nowadays.
Genuinely, like, nice dudes that got fucked over by like bad women, like in your life maybe, that like came in and like finessed you and like fucked you guys over. And my fear would be that your audience of people that really trust you and look up to you would then learn, you're teaching them how to go down a path to be defensive and scared of women, and then they could potentially finesse and fuck over other women that were innocent, had nothing to do with it, and then they become the women that you're talking about.
Yep. Well, we're not as... Yep. Okay, just to correct.
And I don't know if that's the case. I don't really consume a ton of your content, but it might be my fear. And I guess hopefully in the future, if that's the case, it's more
we're not scared. We haven't been hurt. It's more like we understand the dangers of dating women, and we want guys to know, look, just look for these things so you don't get finesse. That's the biggest thing, because if you don't know going into it, you're going to be like, yeah, she loves me for me. Probably not.
They're literally using women talking points. Who hurt you? Why are you like this? Why are you so defensive when it comes to relationships, even though it's the most important decision in your life when it comes to the woman that could potentially be the wife and the mother of your children? This should be the most pressure you put on anything there is to do with your life. And if you don't think that's the way it is, you are oblivious to the fact that this could cripple you if you do it incorrectly. So I don't understand this, like these people talking like as if you shouldn't go into marriage, like you shouldn't go into relationships defensively is crazy. It's the, if not one of the most important decisions of your life. If there's any time you should put any effort toward anything, it should be this.
Bro, stop the cap.
Hey, you know what it sounds like?
Why would she love you?
Hey, you know what he
What's
sounds
wrong
like?
with you, bro?
Andrew, you know what he sounds like? Somebody who been hurt by women.
Bro, tell me what happened, bro.
It's like your preference is what you do like, but then the way in which you went about how you don't like black women. Oh, I don't like the ratchet. I don't like the ghetto. I don't like the Shaniquas. Like, that's like, if you were a white person saying all that, that's racist shit. And I'm just disappointed in you guys as black men to be talking about our sisters like that. So you don't have a problem with the way you spoke about your sisters like that? Like if it was him saying the same thing, you would be upset.
No.
So if he was like, "Oh, I don't like ghetto black women. I don't like Shaniquas,"
it wouldn't bother me.
That's a preference.
Wow.
Because the thing is that
that's lame.
I the only thing I can control is my reactions to what happens in the world. Like the world is not a fun. It's not like a rosy place where everyone is gonna not be biased or not be racist or whatever. Like
it's a preference. Move on with your life. Like I've never seen people like, even if they made a joke, congratulations. What, can they not make jokes anymore? Can they not hit multiple areas like, oh, they can't give relationship information, like they can't give you fitness advice and still be like comedians or little jokes. It's a men's space. It's a men's podcast. They don't have to do one thing. Oh, I'm gonna give you news, so there's no joking at all. Everything we mean everything. They're a male's self-improvement podcast. If you don't like their content, just stop watching it. Close your ears. Like we are in such a little soft era. It's crazy. Like the fact that men can't talk to men in the way that they want to. Like growing up in the locker rooms, used to hear the most outrageous things. Half that, if it came to light, the people that were saying those words wouldn't have careers. They would be woke the hell out of them. Like everything about them, they would be targeted. Everybody would be sending death threats, everything like that. It's crazy how the times have changed so drastically in like 6 years. 6 years, that's it. 6 years, and we've damn near crippled everything. But that's gonna be the end of the video. But I just wanted to say Andrew Tate and Tristan is out. I just watched it. I'm happy the guys are out. They didn't have any evidence against them, and finally out. But it just goes to show that if someone wants you to be arrested, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much proof you have, you could still serve time. If it was anyone else, it wouldn't have nearly as much coverage. I can tell you right now, half the reason why they probably got released is because of the following that came. The fact that they were going to go protest. I guarantee you that was it. Guarantee. But I'll catch you guys in the next videos, and peace.